Outlook 2021, we want to look at the Outlook, one of the topics that we said in our previous lesson. We want to go ahead straight to the first topic of the Office Workspace, so that at least we see what are these basics that we expect from the topic. So we have some of the topics under the Office Workspace basics. These are some of the subtopics that we expect to cover in the next lesson. Stay tuned as we proceed to cover one by one until we finish, so we can dive in and then start, so that we proceed ahead with
These are the learning
lessons.
Objectives for this chapter.
So these are
Click
some
Next
of the
to begin your
what
learning.
we are expecting, some of the objectives that we are going to cover in the first topic of the Outlook 2021, that is Office Workspace basics. We are having an approximate time of 8 minutes, whereby we shall cover all this. Here you'll see that we are in the first page out of 100 pages, so we are going to use navigating using these buttons here until we finish all the 100 pages. So in the 80 minutes, we shall be through with all these basics. So let's start.
Welcome to Professor Teaches Office Workspace Basics. This chapter introduces window elements and program features common to Microsoft Office applications. In this chapter, you will learn about Office window elements, such as the ribbon, Microsoft Office Backstage, and the status bar. You will see how to use the File menu to access Backstage, customize the Quick Access toolbar, and use key tips. The programs in the Microsoft Office system share many common features. During this chapter, you will learn about these features using both Outlook and PowerPoint. Keep in mind that most of these features are also applicable to Word, Excel, Access, and other Office applications. For your convenience, the Outlook program will be opened. Let's begin by taking a quick look at the elements of the Outlook window. Later in this chapter, you will learn about these features in more detail. In many Office applications, the title bar appears at the top of the window and displays the name of the open document. Outlook is different, but when an email message is displayed, you may see the subject of the email in the title bar. The right side of the title bar contains options such as minimize, restore down, maximize, and close buttons. Other applications might also include the name of the user and other information. The bar at the bottom of the window is called the status bar. The left side of the status bar displays information about the current window, such as the number of messages it contains. Depending on the program and the open document, the status bar might contain other indicators. In some Office programs, the right side of the status bar offers tools to view the window and documents in different ways. For your convenience, an Outlook message window has been opened. The section below the title bar is called the ribbon. The ribbon contains all of the tools that are used to work with the program. The File tab is located in the top left corner of the ribbon. Clicking this tab opens the File menu and Microsoft Office Backstage, which contains commands to work with files, such as opening, saving, and printing. The ribbon consists of a series of tabs. Each tab on the ribbon contains a specific set of tools related to a general task. Currently, the Message tab is displayed. Clicking another tab name opens it and displays its tools. Let's see what's in the Insert tab. The Insert tab contains tools for inserting various objects into a message. Some of the other Office programs also have an Insert tab, although the tabs in each program ribbon vary. You will work with the ribbon in more detail later in this chapter. So let's return to the Message tab. The center of the message window is called the work area. Typically, only a part of your message is visible in the work area. If a message is too long to display fully, a vertical scroll bar will display at the right side of the window, enabling you to view more of the message. If a document is too wide, a horizontal scroll bar will display at the bottom of the work area. If scroll bars display, you can also drag the scroll box to view the rest of the message. Click the up and down buttons, or directly click and drag the scroll bar. You can also use the page up and page down keys to display more of long messages. As mentioned earlier, most Office applications share the features you've seen here. For your convenience, the PowerPoint program will be opened. The PowerPoint program also contains the ribbon, status bar, and work area. The tabs on the ribbon are slightly different, as they provide tools designed specifically for PowerPoint. The work area also contains a slide pane, which is used to navigate through a presentation. Now that you've seen a quick overview of the basic window elements, let's take a closer look at each feature. Most Office programs contain the File menu, which enables you to work with files associated with the program through Office Backstage. This menu is accessible by clicking the File tab in the top left corner of the ribbon. The left side of the File menu contains a list of options, which are also referred to as commands. The two buttons at the bottom of the menu enable you to customize some features in PowerPoint. The Info page in Backstage allows you to view and control higher-level properties of documents, such as authoring permissions and version control for documents. To learn more about a command and display the available options, you can click the command on the File menu. As you can see, the right side of the menu lists the presentations that have been opened recently. This area provides a quick way to open a presentation. Let's see the options that are available for the Share command. The Share screen of Office Backstage provides you with all the tools you need to distribute your document. This screen also allows you to broadcast your presentation online. Some of the commands on the left side of the File menu open a dialog box or window of additional options. The Options dialog box allows you to view and update settings for the Office application you're running. Here, you can modify your personal information and set your preferences. Using the controls here, you can set language and proofing options, display and accessibility options, and more. With the general options selected, you change user interface, personalization, and startup settings. Let's change the theme now that you will see throughout the course. Good. Notice the change in the title bar of your user interface. Office applications provide a variety of ways to save your files. When using the Save As command, you'll see a list of storage locations and options for where to save your files, locally or cloud-based. Let's take a look. The Save As command lets you save presentations using a different file name, file type, or location. In this example, you won't save the current presentation, so let's return to the presentation. The ribbon contains all of the tools you need to work with the program. It is designed so that all tools are easily accessible with just a few mouse clicks. The ribbon is divided into tabs,
with each tab containing tools related to a specific task. Each tab is divided into groups, which also contain related tools. For example, the Font group on the Home tab offers many tools for formatting the appearance of text in the document. Tools in a group are represented by command buttons and list boxes. In PowerPoint, many tools do not become active until the insertion point is on the slide or a slide item is selected. Positioning the mouse pointer over a tool displays a screen tip. Clicking a button activates the command or feature associated with the button. For example, clicking the Italic button applies italic formatting to the text selected in the slide. Some tools contain an arrow. Clicking the arrow leads to more options. Let's see what happens when you click the arrow on the Font button. This list contains all of the font choices that can be applied to text. Clicking a font name applies it and closes the list. To close the list without making a selection, you can press the Escape key. Some groups include a diagonal arrow in the lower right corner of the group name. This arrow represents the launcher, which opens a dialog box, a task pane, or a window containing a group of tools. Take a look at the Font dialog box. The Font dialog box contains all of the tools located in the Font group. Some dialog boxes contain additional tools found on other tabs on the ribbon. Dialog boxes are a convenient way to access a large number of tools at once. You can also select multiple options in a dialog box and then apply them together instead of one by one. Now let's close the dialog box and then display the next slide in the presentation. Some launchers and command buttons open a task pane, which can remain open as you perform other tasks. For example, the launcher in the Clipboard group opens the Clipboard task pane. The Office Clipboard is a temporary storage location for items that you have copied or cut from a document in any program. These items remain in the clipboard until you remove them or paste them into a new location. Let's take a look at the Clipboard task pane. The Clipboard task pane contains additional tools for working with items in the Office Clipboard. Throughout this course, you will be working with other panes which contain tools for working with other tasks. Office task panes are generally displayed on either the left or right side of the window by default. You can move the pane to another location by dragging its title bar using the mouse. When you are finished working with the pane, you can close it by clicking the Close button on its title bar. Now close the Clipboard task pane. So far, you have been working with the tabs that are displayed on the ribbon by default. Most Office programs offer contextual tabs, which appear only when they are needed. For example, all text on a PowerPoint slide is contained in a text box, which is a type of shape. The PowerPoint program provides an additional tab to help you edit and format shapes on a slide. This tab is available when you select a shape, or just click the text on a slide. Let's try this now.
The text box containing the text is now active, as indicated by its borders and handles. Because the text box is active, the Drawing Tools tab, which is named Shape Format, is now available on the ribbon. Take a look at the Shape Format tab.
Good. You could now modify the text box shape using any of the tools on this tab. Some groups on the ribbon offer a selection of built-in styles and formats that you can apply to various elements on a slide. This type of group is called a gallery. For example, the Shape Styles gallery on the Format tab lets you apply different styles to the selected shape. Usually, only a few items in the gallery are visible in the group. You can use the scroll arrows in the group to view more items, or click the More button to view the entire gallery. The More button is located in the lower right corner of a gallery group. Let's take a look at the entire gallery of styles. The top section of this gallery contains the style options. The lower section contains a menu of commands related to styles and formatting. In this example, there is just one command in the lower section. Other galleries may contain several commands. Often you can position the mouse pointer over a gallery item and see a preview of its effect on the selected element in the slide. Let's preview the first style on the top row. Notice how the text box shape in the slide changes after you move the mouse pointer over the style. The text box shape displayed a preview of the style that uses a white background and dark outline. Clicking the style in the gallery would apply the style and close the gallery. Instead of applying a style, let's close the gallery. Once the text box shape is no longer selected, the Drawing Tools Format tab will be removed from the ribbon. To deselect the text box shape, you click outside the text box. Now, just the default tabs are displayed. If the ribbon takes up too much space on your screen, you can hide it. The tab names remain visible so that you can still access the ribbon when necessary. To hide the ribbon, just double-click the name of the tab that is currently open. To redisplay the ribbon, double-click any tab name. Try this now. Good. When you work with larger presentations, you will find that hiding the ribbon allows more of the presentation to be displayed in the work area.
As you work with an Office program, you might find that you use certain tools and commands more frequently than others. The Quick Access toolbar contains buttons that activate commonly used tools and commands. Instead of locating the tool on the ribbon or File menu, you can just click its button on the Quick Access toolbar. The Quick Access toolbar displays below the ribbon when you right-click the ribbon and select Show Quick Access Toolbar. By default, the Quick Access toolbar is not displayed and no items are included. You can add items to the toolbar and remove buttons you don't need. Let's add the Open button, which activates the Open command. To display and customize the Quick Access toolbar, right-click the ribbon. The drop-down option on the left of the Quick Access toolbar includes commonly used commands, which can be added to the toolbar. Here you see a list of commands. Since the Quick Access toolbar is below the ribbon, you can display a large number of buttons. If you don't see the command you want on the menu, you can select the More Commands option to access every command offered by the program.
Let's select the Open command. The Open button has been added to the right side of the Quick Access toolbar. The next time you need to open a presentation, you can just click this button instead of using the File menu. To remove a button from the Quick Access toolbar, you can select the command again from the Customize Quick Access toolbar menu, which removes the check mark. Or you can use the button's shortcut menu. A shortcut menu is a context-sensitive menu that is displayed by right-clicking an item. The menu that appears depends upon the window element that was clicked. Let's remove the Open button using its shortcut menu. As you can see, the Open button has been removed. As you work with Office programs, you will discover which buttons you use most frequently and can add them to the Quick Access toolbar.
In addition to quickly activating commands using the Quick Access toolbar, you can use key tips to activate almost any tool in the ribbon. A key tip is similar to a keyboard shortcut. You press the Alt key in conjunction with another key to activate a command, menu, or other tool. If you do not know which key combination to use to activate a command or tool, you can display all key tips by pressing the Alt key.
As you can see, several areas of the screen now display small letters or number icons. Pressing the associated key on your keyboard activates the related command or tool. From there, you will see additional key tips to activate specific areas of the tab. Let's use key tips to open the Custom Slideshow menu on the Slideshow tab. Great! Now there is just one available key tip, which is the W key used to activate the Custom Shows command. You can either use the key tip to select that command or click the option on the menu. Keep in mind that the Alt plus key tip combination activates only the first level of key tips. From there, you press just the letter corresponding to the group or tool you want to activate. Now, close the Custom Shows menu by clicking outside the menu.
Now let's take a closer look at the status bar. The status bar in most Office programs displays information about the open file and also provides tools for viewing presentations. The left side of the PowerPoint status bar can provide several pieces of information, such as which slide is currently displayed, if the presentation is using a custom theme, or if the spelling tool recently checked the presentation. In this example, you can see that the status bar is indicating that the second slide of the presentation is currently on display in the workspace.
Depending on the activity, other indicators might appear on the status bar. You can choose which indicators appear on the status bar by right-clicking the status bar and selecting an indicator. Let's take a look. If an item on this menu is checked, that means the item will be displayed on the status bar when it is active. For example, the permissions indicator will appear on the status bar when certain permissions are turned on. In this example, all items on the menu are checked. You can remove the display of any indicator by clicking the item, which removes the check mark. Let's remove the spell check indicator. Notice that the spell check indicator no longer appears on the status bar. Now restore the indicator and then close the menu by pressing the Escape key. The right side of the status bar contains options for viewing the presentation. The View buttons enable you to change how the presentation slides are displayed in the window. Right now, the presentation is displayed in normal view, which is an effective way for editing slides. Each View button has a screen tip. Let's take a look. The far right side of the status bar contains the Zoom slider, which can be used to increase or decrease the size of the slide display. You can either drag the slider or click the plus and minus buttons to change the zoom level. Let's zoom in and then zoom out. Good. The zoom feature is available in most Office programs, but keep in mind that specific viewing options will vary from program to program in the Office system. As you work with the program in Office, you may need additional help to perform a task. Each program includes a help system, which contains topics related to that program. For example, the help system in PowerPoint contains topics related to performing PowerPoint tasks. You can open Help by pressing the F1 key. Let's work with the help system for PowerPoint. If you have a constant connection to the Internet, then PowerPoint and other Office programs access help topics and articles from Microsoft Office Online. That way, you always have access to the latest information. In this example, the computer has a constant connection to the Internet. If you do not have an Internet connection, then the help system uses the help topics provided when you installed or updated PowerPoint.
The Help pane allows you to search for specific topics using the search box near the top of the pane. Let's search the Help system for information about speaker notes. Good. As you can see, the topic contains specific information and instructions for using the PowerPoint feature. There is usually a picture or diagram that accompanies each topic and a question to help you narrow your help topic search. Microsoft 365 is a subscription-based service offered by Microsoft that provides a comprehensive suite of productivity tools and cloud-based services. It combines the well-known Microsoft Office applications with productivity, collaboration, and communication services, making it a popular solution for individuals and businesses. Users can access the 365 Office applications online via a web browser on the Internet and install the applications to their computers to access on the desktop. Microsoft 365 offers various subscription plans for individuals, households, and businesses with different features and levels of service. Some subscription plans provide additional security features, such as advanced threat protection and data loss prevention, to safeguard sensitive data and protect against cybersecurity threats. Microsoft's subscription plans may change over time, so it's a good idea to check the official Microsoft website for the most up-to-date information on Microsoft 365 subscriptions and decide which plan best suits your individual or business need. A standalone purchase for Office Home and Business can be purchased that includes installed versions of the classic Office suite of applications. These programs can be installed on one PC or Mac. To access the subscription-based services and applications, you will need a Microsoft account with a unique name and password. For your convenience, a browser has been opened and navigated to the Microsoft 365 homepage. Let's sign in now. To gain access to the subscription-based version of Office, you will first need to create a Microsoft account and then sign in using your unique name and password. Logging in will ensure that your files are synced across devices and stored in the cloud. Here you enter your account credentials to log in. If you haven't created a Microsoft account, click the Create One link. For the purposes of this demonstration, an account has been created. Follow the on-screen steps to complete the sign-in process. Once you are logged in, you'll see the home page of Microsoft 365. Here you'll find files and documents, quick access to those files, as well as options for creating content, access to your Office apps, and more. Please note that the user interface and features of the landing page change often. Always check for the latest version for the most up-to-date information. Let's take a moment to explore this page. Microsoft 365 includes familiar and popular productivity applications including Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook, as well as a host of other apps like OneNote, OneDrive, and SharePoint. These applications are available for installation on multiple devices such as PCs, Macs, tablets, and smartphones. Other apps, Publisher and Access, are available for PC only. Let's get to know several of the apps available through Microsoft 365. The subscription you have will determine which apps display in your apps area along the top of the page. Additional apps may be available by clicking the More Apps button, 3 dots on the left-hand toolbar. Word is a widely used word processing application. Word is primarily used for creating, editing, formatting, and sharing documents, from simple text documents, reports, letters, and resumes, to more complex documents, such as research papers, brochures, and manuals. Popular features of Word include text editing, page layout, spelling and grammar check for easy proofing, image and graphics capabilities, templates, and collaboration. Excel is a spreadsheet application used for creating, organizing, and analyzing data. Spreadsheets are composed of rows and columns, with each intersection of a row and column referred to as a cell. Users can enter and manipulate data within these cells, perform calculations, and create charts and graphs to visualize and analyze data. PowerPoint is a powerful tool designed primarily for creating and delivering presentations. With PowerPoint, users can create slideshows that can include text, images, graphics, charts, videos, audio, and animations. Such slideshows are typically used for business presentations, educational lectures, sales pitches, and other forms of visual communication. OneDrive is a cloud-based file storage service that allows users to access files from multiple devices and platforms with an internet connection. OneDrive makes it easy to save and share documents, photos, and other files, as well as collaborate in real time with other users. OneDrive automatically syncs files and folders between your devices, so if a change is made to a file on one device, that change will be reflected on all devices connected to the same OneDrive account. Outlook is an email and information management application primarily used for communication and sending messages. Outlook also allows users to manage their contacts and calendars, organize personal and professional information, create and store notes, as well as prioritize and track tasks and assignments. Microsoft Teams is a collaboration application and platform designed to facilitate communication and collaboration within organizations. Several key features make it easier for groups or teams to work together, including instant messaging chats, video conferencing, shared calendars, file sharing, and collaborative editing. Clipchamp is an online video creation and editing platform. It allows users to access various video editing tools and features directly through a web browser without the need to download or install software. As you can see, Microsoft 365 includes several additional applications to support your needs. There are more productivity apps and utilities, apps for education, communication and project management, as well as developer tools. Based on your subscription, you may see some of these additional apps. The desktop versions of the Office applications require installation on a local computer, This can be a one-time purchase, or you can purchase a license or subscription to Microsoft 365. Through your Microsoft 365 account, you'll download and install applications like Word and Excel. Once installed on your computer, these applications can be used offline. Office Online provides access to web-based versions of the Office apps through a web browser. These versions do not require installation, and you can access them from any device with an internet connection. You need a Microsoft account to use Office Online. The desktop version of Office offers the most extensive features and functionality. It provides advanced formatting options, complex data analysis tools, and rich customization possibilities. Many advanced features are available only in the desktop version. Office Online apps offer a subset of the features available in the desktop version. While the online versions include more basic options, it may lack some of the advanced tools and functionalities found in the desktop applications. You can use Office desktop applications offline, which means you don't need an internet connection to create, edit, and save documents. Changes are saved locally and then synchronized while you're online. Office Online requires an internet connection to access and use. It primarily operates in the cloud, and documents are saved to OneDrive or SharePoint Online. Offline access is limited to read-only mode. While Office desktop versions do support collaboration, they are more suitable for individual work or desktop-based collaboration. Real-time collaboration features are not as seamless as in Office Online. Office Online is designed for real-time collaboration. Multiple users can edit the same document simultaneously, and changes are visible in real time. Office Online is great for collaborative work environments and ideal for co-authoring. Most of the desktop applications are available for Windows and Mac, with more extensive features on Windows. Mobile versions are available for iOS and Android, but have limited functionality compared to the desktop counterparts. As long as you have a compatible web browser, Office Online apps are accessible on a wide range of platforms, including Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android, and more. As previously mentioned, the desktop version of Office requires a one-time purchase or an ongoing subscription for Microsoft 365. This cost will vary depending on the specific edition and licensing model. Office Online is often free to use with limited features if you have a Microsoft account, but full functionality typically requires a Microsoft 365 subscription. The choice between Office Desktop and Office Online depends on your specific needs. Desktop provides more advanced features and offline access, while Office Online offers greater accessibility and real-time collaboration capabilities through a web browser. You may opt for a combination of both, using Office Online for collaboration and Office Desktop for tasks that require advanced functionality. In this chapter, you learned about the common features shared by most Office programs. You worked with the File menu, Office Backstage, and explored ways to use the ribbon. You also customized the Quick Access toolbar, worked with key tips, and used items on the status bar. You learned about the help system and examined a variety of ways to access information about PowerPoint. Finally, you learned about Microsoft 365.
We have now finished our lesson. We were doing the topic of Office Workspace Basics. Now, until next time, bye bye.